Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I want to talk to you about pill mills and specifically pill mill laws that worked, cutting opioid overprescribing and deaths. And I'll put a link to this article in the description for the video. Measures in 11 states also reduced doctor shopping without pushing patients into illicit drug use. A new Rand/Penn study finds. As opioid-related deaths mounted in the 2010s, policymakers realized that often small numbers of providers were responsible for a staggeringly high share of overall prescribing activity. In Florida, my home state, 4% of prescribers were responsible for 40% of prescriptions. In Philadelphia, 1% prescribed 25% of opioid prescriptions. In response, 11 states adopted pill mill control laws that either raise the qualifications for clinical ownership and practice, enhance oversight of clinical operations, or both. Prior studies have shown that these laws generally reduce prescribing and overdoses. Powell, who's one of the, authors of this study, and his collaborators used Medicare claims to examine patient behavior and outcomes. They found that these laws are especially effective in deterring overprescribing and doctor shopping. States with such laws saw decreases in total opioid prescribing and doctor shopping among Medicare beneficiaries. This is important. Overprescribing in problematic pain clinics is driven by profit motive, which increases when opioids are both prescribed and dispensed by the provider. Yeah, this is an interesting article. And the reason I wanted to share this with you is because it wasn't that long ago, here, especially here in Florida, we had a couple of issues going on. One, we had all these just total scumbags who were billing insurance companies for unnecessary, drug testing, or they were opening up treatment centers. They were here today and gone tomorrow. I can't tell you how many phone calls I used to get when I first opened up. Oh, come and see our new treatment center. Okay, I'll come and have a look. Because I was very naive, I was new to the industry, and frankly, nobody knew who I was. So I was trying to talk to as many people as I could. And I'd get, they say, oh, come to this address. I'd come to this address, an office building. And, there'd be this brand new treatment center, right? And it was here today, and, 60 days later, it was gone. It was really, really hectic. So we had all that stuff going on. And, then we had the Sober Homes Task Force led by former state attorney Dave Ehrenberg, and they did an unbelievable job of cleaning up our industry. So, I was a big fan, and I think on 2 or 3 occasions, they asked me to come down and speak to the task force about the Marchman Act and Baker Act and some of the work that we were doing and how we could help to, really shut down sort of this revolving door at the emergency room, because people were coming in after an overdose and they were going right back out and overdosing again. And it was a real problem. Obviously, it was a problem from the fact that it was costing the county money for this, but more importantly, we were losing people, right? People were overdosing and dying, and so we wanted to try and reduce that. And so they did a great job of really cleaning up the industry. The other issue we had was the pill mills. And there were these 2 guys, I can't remember their names now, 2 brothers. And I guess they sort of drew the ire, of the FBI, because one drove a monster truck and the other one drove a Lamborghini. I mean, talk about... screaming they were doing something, that may be nefarious. I mean, they practically posted it on a giant billboard, come and arrest us. Well, when the FBI started looking at these guys, they found this storefront, and there'd be, 15 minutes before the place was supposed to open up, there'd be a line around the corner. And the FBI said, what's going on here? What was going on was people were coming in from all over the country, driving to South Florida. They'd go inside to this storefront, which was masquerading as a pain clinic, and they say, oh, I have pain. Okay, go around the corner and go get an x-ray. And on the side of the building, there'd be an 18-wheeler. And in the back of the truck, there'd be this doctor with an x-ray machine. And he'd take an x-ray and say, oh, look, you have scoliosis. Well, I think most of us have some scoliosis. You need a pain pill. They'd go back in, the prescription would get filled, and the next thing you know, someone's overdosing in, a nearby motel. It was a complete... It was just crazy, okay? Well, anyway, long story short is both those guys, the 2 brothers, ended up going to prison. So I get it, and we really had to clean things up, but these pill mills were a serious problem. In any event, I'll let you read this for yourself, but if you're a family out there and you've got a loved one who's got a serious substance use issue, mental health issues, and you're tired of the chaos, you're tired of trying to get them into treatment, and you're tired of them being in denial, we'd like to talk to you. Let's have a conversation about what options may or may not be available to you. If there's an issue going on in your family and I've not made a video about it, let me know. I will make you a video. Just post in the comments. We just released our brand new Marchman Act book. I wrote a whole book all about just the Marchman Act, and there's a link to the book in the description for the video. All you got to do is click on the link. It's going to ask you for your name, your email address, and then it will send you a link to download. What's cool about the book is there's, I think, 9 chapters. At the end of each chapter, there's a video. It's me talking all about what you've just read. So please, it's free. It's there for you to get information. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps with the Google algorithm, which means we get it in front of more people. So please help us to share this information. And if you like this content and you want more of it, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.